Okay, so it seems like there has been even more to this whole situation that has been going after certain VTubers and certain VTuber kind of types, as well as a bunch of other things. But essentially, the situation with Spite has kind of gotten even worse, right? And again, if you guys didn't see the last video, I definitely recommend checking it out. But essentially, we covered a post that she put up called a VTuber versus IRL. Now, if you don't know, this is a trend. This is a popular trend that's been in VTubing for quite a while now, almost since the start of VTubing, right? And it's one that kind of pops up again every now and again, right? It's not like one of these trends that like is like really big and then dies and then nobody talks about it ever again. No, this is something that is like kind of like I see it pop up like every couple of months. I don't know why that happens, but again, it does. And yeah, it gives like VTubers an excuse to show what they look like IRL. And obviously, in some cases, some of the NSFW ones, they show off a little bit more than just what they look like IRL, right? Which is essentially what happened with Spite's post. Obviously, I had to inspect element this one out. I'm sorry again. Obviously, I did that in the last video too. Essentially, it's a video of her, not video, a picture of her, you know, pretty much just completely in underwear. That's about it, right? And obviously, you know, she makes that kind of content and stuff too. So it is kind of like a promotion for that almost. So yeah, obviously I can't show that on YouTube, else I'm gonna get destroyed by the auto mod. But yeah, obviously she then goes and links her kind of sites and things. But obviously this caused a lot of backlash. Obviously there was a lot of support for her, but there was also a lot of backlash too, including obviously Feifei, which she'll actually pop up again in a second, and that's why this is kind of gone pretty crazy as well. But there's a lot of people, you know, saying like essentially, oh, you know, VTubers are just essentially e-girls now that all have like fanslies and things, and they're just using it to promote their fanslies. That's one of the points that people were bringing up. Sorry, some people just weren't so happy at like VTubers in general showing off more of themselves and showing off their IRL selves, saying like it's not really you know, a traditional VTuber thing to do. Because yeah, obviously the whole point of a VTuber is, you know, you have a model and people don't know like what you look like essentially. And there has been a big boost in that kind of, you know, kind of VTuber, I guess. Like, as I said in the last video, I think there should be like a subsection or like a different category for VTubers that, you know, are VTubers, but they also do IRL content, because there's a lot of them now, right? I think that they should still be called VTubers, but I think maybe, you know, I don't know what word you could really give them, but to kind of like, you know, make it a little bit more, I guess, inclusive for them, right? To be like a VTuber, but not really, but like half, but like they sometimes show this. I don't know what the word would be, but you get what I mean, right? But yeah, essentially there was a post though that's kind of followed from this, which I'm pretty sure is a direct kind of follow on from the Spite situation, from Feifei talking, saying from my experience, creators that do 18+ content tend to be the nicest people ever. While people treat the 18+ content creators bad, tend to be the most insufferable people on the planet. Now, again, I think that is a very, you know, generalizing quote. There is many very, very nice, you know, adult creators out there, like there is for literally most things out there. There are nice people within it. And I think there is, yeah, obviously a majority of nice people within, you know, that kind of content and things like that. Of course, like there is in most communities, it is majority nice people. But I think to say that, you know, saying just because they do 18+ content means that they're nice, I just don't think that's the case. You know, I think that yes, there is a lot of those creators that are nice, but it doesn't, you know, I don't want to like kind of generalize and say that they're all nice or anything like that, because we just know that's not the case, right? So some people say I'm going to throw out my Oshi's perceive me. Obviously, talking about Bow there. Obviously, Lara, clap at the heart. Saying, yeah, tends to be the nicest people while they're also taking advantage of lowly, vulnerable men. Which again, as I said, I've got zero problem with, you know, kind of VTubers doing, you know, fansly or anything like that, right? I've said this many times before. They could do whatever the hell they want, right? If they want to do that and they want to make that kind of content and it makes them money or they enjoy it, as long as they enjoy it, then I'm happy for them, right? Obviously, it starts to become a very, very problem if they start to do it out of like necessity. They don't really want to be doing it, and it's kind of like a, you know, a bad thing for them. Then yeah, maybe it'd be time to stop. But there's many creators out there who, as we know, very much enjoy the job of, you know, doing, you know, kind of OnlyFans and things like that, right? And they are very kind of, I guess, what you call it, well versed in that kind of stuff. So they enjoy it, right? So if they want to do it, they enjoy it, then I think that's totally fine, right? But obviously there's a lot of quote retweets as well to this, and they say they pretend to be the nicest online because they want to access your wallet. This tweet is cope. So yeah, essentially say like they're being nice just to get money from you, which I guess some people, yeah, that could be the case for some, right? I think that obviously a lot of these kind of statements, the original statement and obviously a lot of the statements that follow are very, you know, obviously general rather than going into specific cases. But yeah, obviously people say creators that do 18 plus content tend to be the nicest people ever. All right, Faye, let's look at Vexmilk, a creator of yours who does 18 plus. You falsely accused Rev of being a PDF. What's your response? Obviously, yeah, that's what, you know, obviously now people are bringing up examples and things like that. Like I used to do that content before chasing before VTubing, and everyone is the most insufferable, manipulative, clout-chasing monster you've ever met. It's literally 24/7 drama, constant backroom slander, and chasing every single worthless trend that comes up. I'm not saying all 18 plus creators are like this, but the space is so deeply infested with it that even trying to do your own thing without any friends or collabs will still inevitably bring it to your doorstep. She's basically the popular girl at school trying to convince you that the girlies are actually all super sweet and never fight, when you know that all when they all gossip about how the others are stuck up bitches. Which again, me personally, you know, obviously, as you guys probably know, I've never made any content like that before, right? So I wouldn't know if this is true or not. But obviously that's code for someone apparently who used to make content like that. So that is pretty interesting, right? And I can imagine that would be the case. You know, we see it a lot with regular VTubers that happens with the whole kind of like mean girl stuff, or like you know, just kind of, yeah, that kind of behavior though. So never trust that. Like her entire career is built off baiting people, human baiting, emotional baiting for updates and views. So yeah, so also DDC Spy added just a direct reply with her fancy under her VTuber/IRL post, which obviously, yeah, was yeah, we already saw that. I don't think that was there last time though. I think she added it in a little bit later. I can't remember that being in the last video. So yeah, that's interesting. Saying scammers are often nice too. Being nice doesn't change the fact that you exploit lonely and vulnerable men for profit, which again, as I said, I don't, you know, that part of the kind of argument I don't really care about. Because from my time, from my time being one, I've noticed the kindest people I know are those kind of content creators. They are honestly some of the most hardworking, understanding, and generous people I know. And honestly, each one of them, each one of my friends became one because of selfless reasons to help other people around them. I think people should stop judging others for actions that don't affect them, and instead try to embrace for the person they meet. Unless someone has directly harmed you, be nice to others. There's already enough hate in the world. So yeah, people that support e-blanking and have no criticism of what goes on, the most evil and deceitful of all voids. Okay, beware your Oshi might be one of them. Obviously, talk about Bao, I guess. So they're obviously angry at Bao. Still, saying from my experience as a blank, Sims are good, blanks are the nicest. Yeah, sounds like you're biased and making stuff up. Stop blanking yourself on platforms that have minors. Which again, I don't know. I feel like, you know, I don't know what platforms they're talking about. If it's Twitter, I mean, on Twitter it's allowed. But again, I don't know. I'm not sure, honestly. But yeah, as you can see, there is a lot of backlash, right? There is a lot of backlash behind this tweet. Many people are unhappy with the Feifei one in particular. Again, at the end of the day, I think that is every single creator that makes that kind of content the nicest person ever? No, right? I do think there is, you know, a lot of creators that tend to have some pretty, you know, mean behavior and whatever behind the scenes and things like that, more probably than we know, right? But so again, I don't want to like kind of generalize it and say that every single, you know, creator that does this kind of content is like a nice person, right? Because again, I just don't think that is the case. But I do think that there is a, you know, a big amount of creators that make that kind of content that are nice, right? I think there is definitely 100%, you know, many that are perfectly nice and or, you know, get along with pretty much anybody, right? But, you know, I think to kind of treat it as everybody or every single creator that does that kind of content, I don't know about that one. But yeah, obviously, as for the whole spite thing, I mean, at the end of the day, I don't really care about it. I think that, you know, obviously it's a little bit stupid. I think that, yeah, you know, she can freely show off her anything she wants IRL and make money off it. And again, that's fine with me, right? I don't really care. It's not really up to me to decide, you know, what people can and can't do. And if that's, you know, what she enjoys doing, that's what she enjoys doing, and she's free to do that, right? But yeah, obviously there's always going to be the backlash that comes with it, right, from many different people. But yeah, that is essentially all there is for this situation. I just kind of wanted to cover it because I thought it was pretty interesting looking through a lot of the different posts and stuff, including the Feifei one. But yeah, if you guys did enjoy this video, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe. Also, go to GameStop, use my code Kazza, get 10% off. Again, they got a ton of really cool stuff over there. Definitely recommend checking it out. And yeah, I'll see you guys in the next one. That's all. See ya.